Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about this little flashlight from Sofirn. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, my relationship with Sofirn. Sofirn has sent me 3 or 4 lights in the past, including this one, to look at, and my understanding with them and what I've told them and what I hope they understand is that I'm going to say whatever I want to say about these flashlights, right? They haven't paid me to say anything, unless you consider giving me a flashlight a payment, which I guess technically could be a payment, but I could do whatever I want to do with the flashlight, okay? I can tell you one of the flashlights that they've given me, I use in my blast cabinet. So my sand blaster, I use it as my light source, and it's taken a freaking hardcore abuse, and it keeps rolling. Another light that they sent me, I have carried for about 2 years as my EDC light, and I thoroughly enjoy that flashlight. I really, really like it. And the reason I'm referring to it in the past tense is because my son got a hold of it and decided to lose it. So I'm sure it's in the house somewhere, buried in a cushion somewhere, but I can't find it. So I'm having to use my backup, which is a Surefire, which that should tell you something. If my backup that I paid money for is a Surefire, and my primary is like a $30 Sofirn light, that should tell you something. So anyway, company as a whole, that's them, right? I believe it's a Chinese company, so that is what it is, but they do make some decent stuff, okay? They do make some decent stuff, in my experience, all right? That's my experience. I can't speak for everybody else's. So whenever they reached out to me and wanted me to look at their SC31 Pro, I was pretty excited because so far, all the lights that they've sent me have worked, have done well, they did their job, they were good lights, right? Well, this is where I have to kind of give a caveat. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I'm going to say it. I'm not a big flashlight nerd. I have carried flashlights for like probably 15-ish years, something like that. Everything from Surefire, Streamlights, whatever kind of knockoff name brand kind of stuff. But I've always tried to carry an EDC light for almost, not as long as I can remember, but from around 15 years old or something like that. I remember searching for a Surefire E2E, right? That was the first one I really wanted to get. And then from there, it just exploded into a bunch of different stuff. And I never got super nerdy about it as far as like knowing all the specs and things. No, I just wanted a good bright light that was durable, that did what it needed to do. And I've always been on the search for that kind of thing until I find a good light and I stick with it. But I'm not super nerdy about it. So I don't know all the specs and details of this flashlight. I will tell you that straight up. I will tell you there are certain things in this manual that you need to read, okay? Because this light, I just picked it up and started using it, and it's got some different modes and features in it that I had no idea. And up until today, right, I've had this thing for about 8 months, I didn't know everything about it. So I should have read that manual a long time ago. All right, but that being said, this is a complete layman's view of this flashlight, okay? And one more thing to throw in there is the flashlights that I have, kind of how I alluded to before, they are EDC lights, everyday carry lights. So I need to be able to use them to look for keys. I also need to be able to use them to protect myself and to potentially get into a gunfight. Okay, whether that be from my former being, in law enforcement, and that's carried over to today or whatever, that's what an EDC light is. You carry a gun, you carry a light, there's certain things you use, and there's certain things you need to use it for. You need a specific, you can't have just a, mag light. I wouldn't recommend carrying a 2-cell AA mag light as your EDC light that's going to double as a fighting light. You know what I mean? There's certain things about a light for me that it needs to be able to do in order for it to be a light that I'm going to carry all the time. And once I find that light, which I had one and now I'm using the Surefire, I kind of don't really look for other lights. And whenever another light doesn't meet that criteria, I kind of put it to the wayside and I'm like, it's a light and I don't need it, because if I need a light, I'm going to use my EDC light, okay? I hope that makes sense, and I'm going to try not to shoot this video again because I think I've shot this video like 10 times. So, what about this light didn't meet up to the standard? Well, I guess that means we're starting with the cons. It doesn't have a button on the back, right? On the back right here, this is not a button. This is just a tail cap. There's nothing back here that does anything. This is just a tail cap, right? There's no button, there's no nothing. For a EDC light, it needs to have a button that I can use the light like this. I can't use the light like this because the button is on the side. That is one of the main things that has turned me off from this light. and now Streamlight. Sofirn probably won't send me anything else, but it is what it is, you know, and that's fine. I just give y'all my honest opinion. Now, that's the main con, okay? There's some different, like I said a second ago, there's some stuff in here that you need to read as far as some modes. You can go into some special modes to where it's only momentary. Right now, the light, whoop, shining my eyes. Right now, if you click the button, the light will turn on, right? Click the button, the light will turn off. If you turn the light on, hold it, it's gonna get up to a bright setting. If you let go, hold it again, it's gonna come way down to a low setting. Right now, it is in its most, it's like its unlocked mode. When you purchase the light, it's in its locked mode, basically. If I hit the button 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? This is how you get the light, all right? And this is something I didn't know until today when I was doing this, trying to do this review. If you turn the light on, just click it on. I believe this is the lowest setting, or no, it's not. There we go. This is the highest setting that you're gonna have when you first get the light, okay? The way that they ship it to you. If you hold the button down again, it's gonna cycle down, or it should cycle down, there we go. Cycles down to its lowest setting, which that's probably about 5 lumens or something like that. I don't think it really says, all right? Turn the light back off, or hold on. We'll turn the light back on, okay? We'll turn it up to its highest setting, okay? This is what I thought was the highest setting. And this light is advertised to be like 2,000 lumens. That's not 2,000 lumens, all right? I'm not a scientist. I'm not a brainiac, whatever. But I can tell you that's not 2,000 lumens, okay? I've got lights that are not advertised to be that bright, and they're brighter than that, okay? Well, if you do that 6 tap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? If you do that 6 tap, you turn it from its neutered mode, right, into its full capacity mode. So now when I turn the flashlight on, that's what it was at its highest setting, okay? That's what it was. Now I click the button, now it turns up to its full brightness setting, okay? I'm assuming that's 2,000 lumens. That is plenty bright. That's way brighter than it was before. And now, instead of going down to 5 lumens, if you push the button and cycle down, now you go down to like 1 lumen. It's a lonely little lumen, and that'd be great for reading a map or whatever in the middle of your car, or you're trying to do whatever. That's as low as it goes. So it goes from 1 to like 2,000 lumens. That's one of those things where you need to read the manual. If you don't read the manual, there is no way you're gonna figure that out. This also has a 5 tap setting. Turn it off, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's only momentary, okay? And it's only momentary to the what you call the brightness that you left it at. So I left it at like a low medium, kind of a medium-ish brightness setting. It kind of locks the light out. You can't turn it brighter. This is only momentary. This would be great if you're trying to do Morse code or something like that. I don't know Morse code, so I don't know. But if you just want a momentary only light, to take it out of this mode, you're gonna have to remove the tail cap. That kind of disconnects the battery. Plug it back in. Now you took it out of that. Now, where's the button go? Now it will go back. It goes back into its mode of whatever you had it before. So anyway, for a work light, okay, this would be fine. What I mean by work light, not an EDC light, not a fighting light. A cop wouldn't carry this on their duty belt, but this would be great for leaving plugged into your car, right? It comes, this particular one, the Pro model, right? You can use a USB, I believe it's USB Type-C, to charge this thing. It comes with the cable and everything. You could leave it plugged into your car. So if you have a flat on the side of the road in the middle of the night, well, you got a flashlight that's plenty bright, and it's got a flat base on the bottom, so you can turn the light on, and it illuminates, right? You could use it in the room, right? If electricity goes out or something like that, and you have this light always stuck somewhere in your kitchen or whatever, and it's always charged and ready to go, there you go. You could use this light for something like that. That's where this guy would shine, as it were. Get it? I made a joke. Sorry, but that's where this guy would shine. Or you keep it in a toolbox, keep it in a tackle box, you know, fishing, whatever kind of thing. That's where this guy would shine. This guy's not an EDC light, and that's something I've really mentally, I can't get away from. If it's not an EDC light, if it doesn't meet those criteria, I really don't have a big use for it. That's one of the main reasons I've had this thing for like 8 months, and I haven't done a review on it, because I don't use it. I don't have a place to use it because I don't carry it. And I'm not gonna carry it because it's just an extra thing. So when I need a light, I just go for my EDC light. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. So anyway, guys, like I said, some of the main things about it, I don't know if it's an IPC8, whatever. It's, or IPX8, whatever, underwater 2 meters. It's not a dive light, says it's not a dive light, but it's waterproof. What is it? 1 to 2,000 lumens. I can just throw this thing up here and I can pause the video on that and hopefully you can see that. Or you could just go to Sofirn's website and look it up. Or Amazon. They have these things on Amazon, I do believe. But for a work light, it's got some different features and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's good. It's good for that. I would not use this as a, I wouldn't like, you know, I would attach this to a rifle or use it as an EDC fighting light kind of thing. I wouldn't do that, okay? But for a work light, this is not a bad choice. This is small, it's handy, it's not huge and bulky and everything. This would not be a bad idea for a work light. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about that, please let me know. This is a little bit out of my wheelhouse. This probably sounds really off for my other videos because usually I'm very excited about something because that's when I bring you something, right? I bring you something that I built, I put together, or it's a product from somebody that I'm really excited about. This is one of those things to where I told him I was gonna do it, so we did it. This would almost be like me reviewing a chalkboard. I don't use work lights like this. I really don't. But if somebody said, will you do a review? I say yes, and you send me a chalkboard, well, you may not be sending me any more chalkboards anymore because you probably don't like how I'm gonna review your chalkboard. Anyway, guys, that probably made no sense, but that's pretty much it. That's the Sofirn SC31 Pro. Not a light for me necessarily, but I use other lights versus this light because I have different needs. Now, if you need a light to stick in your glove box, which is probably where this guy's gonna end up, then it would be good. That's what this guy would be for, in my opinion. All right, y'all be good to be safe. I hope that wasn't too confusing and frustrating to try to watch, but that's pretty much it. All right, y'all take care, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next video.